Welcome back. There is a new very simple array method in ES 2022, which is the at method. So let's now take a look at this at method. So let's now start by creating a duplicate array, that is a const array equal, give some random values. I'm giving 25, 11, 42. And then if we wanted to take one of these values, write console.log array of. So if I want the position 0, so I will give 0. Now let's see here. We have 25. That is the 0th element. But now with the at method, let's write console.log. But at method, we can also accept the same thing. Right here, array dot at 0. So I'm giving the same index. Now let's see the result. We have that here we have the same result 25. So here this is basically array at position 0. So that is simply what we have written here, array dot at and the position 0. And move on to the next point, that we can now replace the traditional bracket notation with the more modern looking at method. So if we prefer to use array method like this, now maybe this doesn't look all too useful. So that's the big deal here. So when we actually, there is one particularity of the at method, so which makes it quite useful to use instead of the brackets notation. So let's now say that we wanted to get the last element of the array. Now supposing that we do not want to know the length of the array. So let's write that console.log. Now here we need to write that array. Now array at the position. So array dot length minus 1. And so now let's see the result. See, we have 42 as the result. It is because we need the last element. So for that reason, we will use the traditional bracket notation like this. Basically, this here array dot length minus 1. This means that array dot length, we have the 0, 1, 2. But here it will take that 1, 2, 3. So here we have 3. And then minus 1 means 2. So that is 0, 1, 2. And array of here the bracket we have 2 now. So array of 2 means it will goes to 0, 1, 2, that is 42. This scenario we already learned before, that is array dot length, and minus 1 is common in this scenario in JavaScript. So now let's use the another method for this, console.log array dot. Here I'm using the slice method. Slice and then give. And now we see that with this we can get a copy of the original array. See that here we have the original array. And now here if we add minus 1, then we get the last element. So see that we have the last element. And now if we want to take out the first value, so now if we want to take out this minus 1 value, let's use here brackets and then give 0. Now let's see that 42 is out of the array. And so these two are the traditional ways of solving the problem of getting the last element. So that is getting last element. Now let's use the at method. The new at method makes this process even easier. So now write here console.log array dot head. And so here we can write the exact same negative in brackets -1. Let's see the result. We got 42. So the negative index, just like slice, basically start counting from right side. So from the end of the array. So when we write here -2, reload, we got 11. And now the only question is that should you use this new at method or should you keep using the bracket notation? So well, it will depends on you. So if we want to get the last element from the array, so basically starts from counting from the end of the array, then you should probably start using the at method. So if we want to do something called method chaining, well, which we will talk about later in the section, then the at method is also perfect for that. So basically combining multiple methods all at the same time. And then it's quite helpful to use the at method instead of the brackets notation. Now, on the other hand, if you just want to quickly get a value from an array, so just like the first element, then of course you can keep using the brackets notation. And personally, I also do all the time. So basically, if all you want to do is something like this, so then you can simply keep using the square brackets. And now I also share you one thing that the at method also works on strings. Now let's see that console.log. Here we will give the name Priya and dot at. We will give simply the position. I am giving this position 0. Let's see the result. We got the P. And if I want the last element, then simply give here -1. Reload. We got the A. So we got the result. And this is all about the yet method. We will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.